This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Are Tamil people living in Sri Lanka going to be disheartened further? Are they going to be sidelined, and will this make way for a wider ethnic difference? These are the fears coming from in and out of the country. Good evening, you're watching the news on Headlines Now and I'm Divya. But politicians cutting across all party lines have slammed the Sri Lankan government for abolishing the Tamil version of the Lankan national anthem. Our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed joins me with this erupting conflict. And it's the rule of the fakes in the city, and students are once again in play. Police are going to file a charge sheet against 25 students involved in a fake mark sheet scam, and Salim will join us with more details on that. And from the state's top politicians, it's jingle bells signaling the upcoming assembly elections, as Amma and Stalin will head to destination Kanyakumari to spread the Christmas cheer. We'll get you all the news in detail, but first the headlines now. Sources tell NDTV Hindu that 25 students will be charge-sheeted for submitting fake mark sheets for medical and engineering courses. Sri Lankan government receives flag from all over for abolishing the Tamil version of the national anthem. Karunanidhi says this will dishearten Tamils. Jayalalitha and Stalin get set to spread the Christmas cheer with some political flavour in Kanyakumari. NDTV Hindu stands witness to some pre-poll parties.
Any Christmas event there, because it means votes.
Supreme Court sends a notice to the Tamil Nadu government and state police to explain themselves in a case filed by human rights activists. Stalin acts on NDTV Hindu's report. His office approaches Parandaman to help him find a job. This is what an emotional Parandaman had to say.
I feel very much privileged and thrilled. Our Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin sir yesterday night immediately contacted me by phone.
Speeding leads to two separate accidents in the city. A motorcyclist succumbs to his injuries. Two women and an auto driver are injured. Let's also bring the tap national news headlines. Well, the remark sparks of cross-party outrage and prompts the Home Minister to withdraw his comments. Indian envoy to UN was asked to remove his turban for a search at a US airport. He tells NDTV that he refused. Vijay Singh insists he will present evidence that he spoke to 2611 martyr Hemant Karkare on the day, though the police say there are no records. I can only suggest remedies, says 2G probe head Justice Patil, after the terms of references are set up. The Supreme Court tells the Finance Ministry to submit the complaint against Neera Radia, which the government says was the basis for tapping of phones. Well, the Chennai police are cracking down the fake mark sheet scam once again in the city. Criminal action will be taken against 25 students who were accused of submitting fake mark sheets while seeking medical and engineering admissions in July. Sources have told NDTV Hindu that a charge sheet will be filed against them in a month's time. And 3 days ago, in another development, the MCC Dean has lodged a complaint with the Chennai Commissioner T. Rajendran against 36 students who received admissions to diploma nursing courses offered by the MCC after they submitted forged mark sheets at the time of joining. The Central Crime Branch of the City Police have formed 3 special teams now to look into the fake mark sheet scam.
Our usual procedure in government setup is any student getting admitted for any course will send their original certificates of +2 marks to the government examinations for verification. So usually it happens, but usually send the original document. That will take long time for them to process it and give a reply. Whereas this year what happened, the government examination themselves, they are given the CD form, all their register number, their mark, etc. to our Director of Medical Education as well as the Anna University. So where the bogus nature was very detected, and immediately the action was taken. So 3 persons are already studying with us when suspended. Other 20 plus 13 previous years finished there, but for whom we have not yet issued their diploma certificates.
And for more on this, crime reporter Salim now joins us live. Well, Salim, there was a huge crackdown on the fake mark sheet scam in the month of July, and now it's resurfaced once again. What more can you tell us at this point?
Yeah, as of now, the Central Crime Branch of the City Police have formed 3 special teams, as you said, and the students who submitted forged documents while pursuing their nursing courses are basically from 4 districts, that is Thiruvannamalai, Vellore, Virudhunagar and Viluppuram. The team has rushed to all these 4 districts. As of now, the police have conducted investigations with 8 students. All the 8 students have been suspended from the college. As of now, the police say that the case should be viewed in 2 different parts. Once the scam was unearthed in the month of July, and the scam was actually involving 24 students. So the police say that very soon charge sheet will be filed against these 24 students and also 5 other brokers who are involved in preparing the mark sheets. And basically the second part, that is 3 days ago, the authorities found out that 36 students have submitted forged mark sheets to gain entry into the nursing courses, and they filed a complaint with the City Police Commissioner Rajendran, and 3 special teams have been formed. Now regarding the first incident, the scam was unearthed in the month of July, and there is the delay in filing the charge sheet. When we contacted the police department that why is there such a delay in filing the charge sheet, the police department point their finger at the forensic department, because they have basically given some hardware evidences to the forensic department for examination, but the forensic department is yet to submit the report. So once the report is out, the police say that they will file it as evidence in the court of law, and that the conviction process will begin.
Right, Salim. Thanks very much indeed for joining us with all those details. Well, moving on, politicians across all party lines in and out of the country have condemned the Sri Lankan cabinet's decision to abolish the Tamil version of the Sri Lankan national anthem. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Karunanidhi has criticized this, and in a statement, Karunanidhi said, and I quote, "If the reports in this regard are true, it is strongly condemnable. This will further dishearten Tamils in Sri Lanka who are already suffering, and I condemn it," unquote. Now, CPI's State Secretary has also condemned it, saying it will cause an ethnic divide. He also strongly reacted that India should stop aid to Sri Lanka, which blatantly discriminates Tamils. The Tamil National Alliance, which is a major Tamil political party in Sri Lanka, has also condemned the decision of the Lankan cabinet to scrap the Tamil version. Suresh Premchandran, an MP with the TNA, released a statement on behalf of the TNA and said that this will alienate ethnic Tamils in the country further. And while the news is coming in, the CPM State Secretary has also said that the centre has to pressurize the Sri Lankan government to revoke decision on scrapping the Tamil anthem. And for more details on this, our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed now joins us live. Well, Peer, ever since reports of the Sri Lankan cabinet's decision came out, politicians have been strongly condemning this. There is some sort of fear that the ethnic Tamils will be disillusioned. So what more can you share with us, Peer?
Yes, the Sri Lanka cabinet justified its decision, saying that no other country has its national anthem being sung in 2 different languages or 3 different languages. In fact, the Sri Lankan minister Vimal Veeravanse, in fact, he pointed out that India is in fact having its national anthem sung in only 1 language, and he referred to that as Hindi. And the Tamil MP, Mr. Suresh Premchandran, in his reply has said that the Indian national anthem is in Bengali, and that is a minority language in India, and India is having its national anthem in its minority language. And also the fact that the Sri Lankan jingoistic MPs have been justifying it, saying that in 1956 they had a legislation, Sinhala only legislation, and which is the only way forward for the Sinhala majority to take forward their politics, particularly after Sri Lanka President Mahinda Rajapakse was not allowed to speak at the Oxford Union because of the Tamil protest, Tamil diaspora protest. They are upping the ante against the Tamil minority in the country. That is the reaction we are getting from the Tamil MPs in Sri Lanka now.
Right, P. Thanks very much indeed for joining us with all those details. Well, from last night and today, 2 accidents have been reported in the city due to overspeeding. In a fatal accident, a 23-year-old boy succumbed to his injuries after he fell down from his bike and was dragged down the road near Marina Beach. Witnesses say the bike skidded due to overspeeding and hit a 2-wheeler, injuring 2 women. The body of the deceased has been sent to the Government General Hospital for a post-mortem examination, while the women who sustained injuries are undergoing treatment at a private hospital. The damaged vehicles were moved to the Anna Square Traffic Police Station, and a routine police investigation into this accident is currently on. And in another accident in the city, a speeding auto rammed into a truck that was parked opposite the News Secretariat. The auto driver he sustained injuries and was driving the vehicle at a very high speed. He lost control over the auto and rammed it into the truck, and the passenger who was sitting inside the auto rickshaw escaped unhurt. Traffic police are investigating this case, and traffic in that area was disrupted for a few moments. Well, moving on, the assembly elections may be months away, but ahead of Christmas, the leading contenders, the DMK and the AIADMK, are already drawing the battle lines in order to woo the electorate. Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and AIADMK Supremo Jayalalitha will add to the Christmas cheer in Kanyakumari district, but they are touring on different dates. Our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed brings you the political spirit behind the Christmas cheer of the forthcoming visits.
Kanyakumari, a southern district of Tamil Nadu, is a crucial vote bank and could well be a clincher in capturing the seat of power in Chennai. The vote bank is largely Christian, and that may be why Christmas this year is going to be festooned with political flavour for the people there. Deputy Chief Minister Stalin has plans of visiting the district around December 19th, while the former Chief Minister Jayalalitha is scheduled to celebrate Christmas at Arumanai on December 23rd.
It's assumed significance, and also it has attracted a lot of attention because they have invited the leader of the opposition in Tamil Nadu. I don't think it signifies a shift in the mindset of the Christian population. I wouldn't read it that way. But it is also a message, yeah, Christians are, at least in that part of the state, are willing to do business with anybody who delivers or anybody who would give them a better listening. Maybe it could be interpreted in that way.
However, the group that invited Jayalalitha to attend the Christmas festivities downplays the political significance of such high-profile visits.
Respect God, respect man. Unless respect man, you can't see God. Therefore, the Christmas is not just only a celebration, brings good news to the poor and needy.
This Christmas promises to be an unprecedented one for the electorate in Kanyakumari. The two leaders will not only ring in the festive cheer, but also set the tone for the coming elections. Political analysts will be keenly watching the impact of the two appearances, which will be a curtain raiser for the elections next year. In Chennai, with Peer Mohammed, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu.
And after watching NDTV Hindu's report, the Deputy Chief Minister lends a helping hand to a man in need. More on that on the other side of the show.